All right. 2, 3, 4. Good evening, everybody.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight? Wednesday night,
Here in June,
June 9th.
June 9th,
Welcome to Mr. Wednesday with
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Tonks. Shout out to my brother Rick. It's his birthday on June 9th. There we go.
Happy birthday, Rick.
RT.
We've had a busy weekend, and so we're semi-organized tonight. So you'll see us in all of our semi-organized glory. But we do have a really interesting, fun show. I think, fun for us anyway, lined up for you. We have been reading and playing a lot of songs, reading about John Hartford and playing some of his tunes. And we discovered that we already know several of his tunes. We learned another one, and so we're going to kind of talk about John Hartford tonight. And when we do our dos duets, two, they're going to be both songs by John Hartford. The first one is "In Tall Buildings," which you may have heard us play before. We've played it before.
Good song.
It is a good song. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 2, 3. How does it start? Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to edit this, or are we just going to... Yeah, we're going to edit it.
I think we'll edit that.
I think we'll edit it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Someday, my baby, when I am a man, and others have taught me the best that they can. Buy me a suit, cut off my hair, and send me to work in tall buildings. Well, it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. And when I'm retired, my life is my own. Made all my payments, it's time to go. Whatever happened betwixt and between, when I went to work in tall buildings. Well, it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. Goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. Going to work in tall buildings. Going to work in tall buildings.
Very nice, Tommy. Very nice song. So John Hartford. I didn't know much about him growing up, but I've been learning as I've kept my ears and eyes and brain open. And except for the song "Gentle on My Mind," which I always thought was a fantastic song. Turns out he wrote that. But there's a whole lot to the story, and I learned a lot about it from my favorite current guitar magazine, the Fretboard Journal. And he was on the cover of a very early episode. But after he died, which was just this past year, it was during COVID.
Was it?
Yeah, pandemic. It was a bad stretch there for a little bit. A little better now. But the nice people at Fretboard Journal have posted this article, which is really in-depth and quite a good story. And you know, it's even got this nice big picture of him playing a banjo. And through the magic of this broadcast, maybe we can ask Tommy to post that for us as part of
The
this
link
thing.
to that.
The link to that
I would be
story.
happy to do that, yes.
And I think you're going to really enjoy it. But in reading that, I learned one cool story about an album he made, which was really as groundbreakingly innovative for bluegrass acoustic music as Olden and the Way was, or Will the Circle Be Unbroken, but it was called Steam Powered Aeroplane. And he got together a band with Vassar Clements and Tut Taylor on dobro and Norman Blake on guitar and Curtis Birch, maybe,
Yeah,
on
could be.
bass.
On bass?
On bass.
Really?
And they asked David Bromberg to produce the record. Famous David Bromberg, played with a solo career, played with Dylan, etc., etc. With the proviso, they didn't want to hear anything, no playbacks, nothing until David presented them a finished sequence for the album. So they recorded all these songs, and then they walked in and David played them the album that you can now hear. But this is the title cut from that lovely record.
Oh, capo. So it's so hot out here. I'm on my second guitar. It's a summer night, hot summer night, and this guitar was absorbing sweat from my arm, and it was turning dark. So I switched to this guitar, which has a little bit more intact finish, but now it's getting all cloudy.
Oh, it's getting yeah. You're soaking in there, son.
Yeah.
You may
okay.
have to switch to a
Switch
third
back.
guitar.
Well, you know, there's always that opportunity.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I dreamed I went away on a steam-powered airplane. Went and I stayed and I damn near didn't come back. Didn't move fast on a steam-powered airplane. Oh, the wheel went around up and down and inside and then back. Sitting in the 747 just watching those clouds roll by. Can't tell if it's sunshine or if it's rain. Rather be sitting in a deck chair high up over Kansas City on a genuine old-fashioned authentic steam-powered aerial plane. a pilot on a steam-powered airplane. Oh, I'd pull that peel up and round and down and then back. And I'd wear a blue hat, yeah, said steam-powered airplane. And let us go around the brim and then go back. Sitting in a 747 just watching those clouds roll by. Can't tell if it's sunshine or if it's rain. Got to be sitting in a deck chair high up over Kansas City in a genuine old-fashioned authentic steam-powered aeroplane. Tell if it's sunshine or if it's rain. Rather be sitting in a deck chair high up over Kansas City in a genuine, authentic, old-fashioned steam-powered aeroplane. There, that's a song for you.
It's a good song.
That's a really good song. So there, apparently he was like just this overbrimming font of ideas and enthusiasm, and gosh, need more people like that in the world.
That is the truth. Look at how weird this is. Y'all see how it's getting gray and white and cloudy. It's like the sky is all gray and white and cloudy. And those are no boundaries. That's Simon Garfunkel?
Really?
Yeah.
I believe you.
That's right. I could
A lot of trust
I
here.
could tell you anything. I could tell you anything.
So we're at a part of the show we like to call conversation. But we've already started to talk about John Hartford, but really interesting fellow, and he was obsessed with paddle wheel boats and became a pilot.
Riverboat pilot.
A riverboat pilot. He passed the test, and you can read about it in that story. But it's quite. The guy had a wide-ranging brain and very curious fellow.
And he collected musicians.
Yeah. He didn't die this year. He died a long time.
He died a long time.
He died a long time.
I was trying to figure that out, but I didn't want to lose what the link is that you had on here.
Yeah. But they posted it again for some reason this year, just maybe his anniversary or something like that. Anyway, worth checking out. So we're going to play another song by him because it's time for the part of the show that we call the instrumentals.
Tremolo.
Wide swing.
Ready?
afraid to play a pretty song.
No,
Not here in this neck of the woods.
Not in this neck of the woods. Oh, if I can get that thing balanced without it. So now it's time, friends and neighbors. It seems soon, but it is the right time for intermission. So we'll see you real soon.
Anon.
Anon. All right, so welcome back. We are back from the intermission. I hope you enjoyed that. That is a little bit of Mary's and my adventure in hunting the wild cicada this weekend. We drove over all over North Georgia, the mountains, looking and listening for cicadas, and we finally found some.
Fascinating story. You know, the 17-year cycle. That's patient.
Brood X, yeah. And what was interesting is all over the forest floor where we did see the cicadas, it was just riddled with holes. There were all these holes in the ground.
Oh, that's where they came up.
Where they came up, which means that we've been walking. These are on trails and stuff like that, and so we've been walking on these little guys for 17 years.
Well, obviously they
Survived.
Yeah,
they did. Anyway, they're beautiful, beautiful critters. So now it's time for solo, and William says that this is, this is something I don't know, right?
This is a song that Tommy probably may have heard somewhere along the line, but we've never played it together. I used to be in a band called Redneck Grease Deluxe, and Redneck Grease Deluxe began because Greg Reese, G. Reese, was asked to play the Locos Christmas party, and he cheekily responded, well, I'll only play if I can bring my 10-piece band, which didn't exist. So Locos said, fine, we'll give you beer and food. And so Redneck had to
and no extra money.
I think there was probably $1 that changed hands. But they had a whole lineup of 12 people involved, including a MC and a joke teller. And Mike Gibson from Dashboard Saviors was supposed to be the lead guitar player, but the Saviors got a better gig the night of the Christmas party. And we knew each other a little bit from around town, and they asked, well, do you know anybody else who can play country guitar? And he said, well, call William Tonks. So Redneck called me at the taco stand on a Sunday afternoon and says, hey, and told me the whole story, and I'm putting together a band. And I was like, well, great, I'd love to. When are you rehearsing? Tonight. So I joined the band that night. And the first batch of songs were, let's just say, irreverent and silly. And but they're fun, and we had a great time. It's a really amazing lineup of people, worth looking up. All the people that were in it, I could call me and I'll tell you the stories. But I remember one time practicing for a show after we kind of decided, let's see how far we can take this. And Greg came in with a song called 18 Wheels Have Got the Best of Me. And he started playing it, and we all kind of went, that's a cool song. Where'd you learn that? He was like, I wrote it. I was like, we're like, you wrote that? Pretty good country song? And so that's when the band got just another notch better. Anyway, this song is called 18 Wheels Have Got the Best of Me. And I'll have to read from the lyrics card because I don't know the words because I've never sang it before yesterday.
Well, luckily, those are really small.
Yeah, so this should I kind of know them, so I'll just glance every now and then.
Want me to take a picture of it with my iPad and blow them up bigger?
I think we're good. But the chords are pretty much A for a long time, and then the chorus is D, E, and A with a walk up and a walk down. But it'll make sense. Pretty much. So something like this.
I'll let you start.
I've heard about them silver wings, heard about them fast trains, but I ain't never traveled on either one. From the Big Easy in New Orleans, Bangor, Maine in the freezing rain, logged a few miles of my own. I seen the desert sand while it was cold, potato piles up in Idaho. The horse of today is alive, runs diesel fuel instead of oats, comes in many different coats. A new cowboy's got to ride. 18 wheels got the best of me. I'm being all I know how to be. The kids wanna see daddy at home. My wife hopes I don't start to roam. I don't mean to hurt them, but it's plain to see. 18 wheels have got the best of me. Take it, Tom. Surprise! Hey. I beat a way station or two a week. Occasionally I'll get some sleep. Look in my logbook for proof. They always wanted there yesterday. From Atlanta to LA, they insist on choosing the route. Sometimes I don't know where I am, Oklahoma or Alabama. The white line is white everywhere. One day I'll be too old to drive, then I'll just sit outside and drive and watch those smokes blow smoke in the air. 18 wheels got the best of me. I'm being all I know how to be. The kids wanna see daddy at home. My wife hopes I don't start to roam. I don't mean to hurt them, but it's plain to see. 18 wheels have got the best of me. 18 wheels got the best of me. I'm being all I know how to be. The kids wanna see daddy at home. My wife hopes I don't start to roam. I don't mean to hurt them, but it's plain to see. 18 wheels got the best of me. 18 wheels got the best of me. 18 wheels have got the best of me. All right. get some rain tonight.
It's just what we need to steam this place up a little bit more.
Well, once it's done, it'll probably dry up.
True that.
True that. So it's that time of the show.
For show and tell. So, just keeping talking about the John Hartford, let my guitar dry out a little bit here. Last year, maybe it's the year before, I'm not sure. Let's see what year it was. Maybe the rain must fall. Yeah, 2018. Okay, so 2018, this book came out. It's called John Hartford Mammoth Collection of Fiddle Tunes, which, as a fiddle tune aficionado that I am, I love them. I love to play them, and I've even written a couple, but I mostly just love to play them and learn them. I immediately bought this book when I heard about it, and it's all of his own manuscripts. So he wrote 1,000,000 songs, and he wrote them all down in a whole series of notebooks. And so after he died, they went through these, I think it was 60 notebooks, I'm not sure, that might be the number, and picked out some of the tunes out of here. And I've actually learned a few of them, but one of the things that's real interesting about them is, here's one. It's called Sweet Petunia Waltz, and just as I just opened up to this page right on here, but right there in the upper right hand corner, it says 8/13/84, that would be the date, and it says mile marker 200.8, and that is the mile marker on the Ohio River, on the Cumberland River, which runs through Nashville. He had a big house right on the Cumberland River in Nashville, and it was always, apparently there was music going on all the time there. And so he notated his songs, or his tunes, with the mile mark and with the date. But this book is just filled with wonderful tunes. And if you can read music, which I can kind of do it, as you read the text that goes with each tune, you can kind of hum the melody of or at least see the kind of the map of how the melody goes through the ups and downs of the dots on the staff, and see what he's thinking and how he's expressing himself, and it's
and
just
that looks like a little doodle drawing of Vassar Clements.
That is a doodle drawing of Vassar Clements right there, who was one of his great friends. And so Hartford played banjo, and he played the fiddle, and he collected instruments, and he collected musicians, and he collected friends, and he collected tunes, and from what I understand, he was an absolute force of nature. But anyway, this is a wonderful book, John Hartford's Mammoth Collection of Fiddle Tunes. You should go buy it, and if you don't want to buy it, ask me and I'll lend you mine, but you have to give it back.
Fair enough. I borrowed it
And gave it back.
and enjoyed it and took care of it and gave it back.
And there's also a companion CD that was put out last year, I think, with a bunch of these tunes from in here in that book, of just really stellar Nashville players playing these tunes, and it's wonderful. And I couldn't find the CD to show you, but I apologize.
It's out there.
It's out there. It's really
Just
good.
like the truth. See what I did there? The truth. Ooh, did that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, so
Well, let's just see what happens. This is battery powered.
it is. Okay, what are we doing now?
Well, if I may,
You may.
do a quick show and tell myself. You've probably been admiring and wondering about this incredible T-shirt. I met a guy at a convention at the Athens Convention and Visitors Bureau who was a cartoonist, and he was doing a little had his table, and he was talking about Macon, Georgia. Turns out the city of Macon hired him to design a superhero for Macon, and that is Macon Man
Macon Man.
by artist Craig Hamilton. And turned out I was going to play Macon that night, and he came to the show, and we became better friends. So, you just keep showing up, right?
It's pretty close, right?
So we're going to see what this sounds like with the rain. This song called Louisiana Truck Stop. Tommy and I put it on our first album.
Yep.
And came from a band Barbecue and a band The Hot Burritos before that. But Tommy and I do a really nice version of it. And it's also on our new album, Troubles, a live version with Mark Coopersmith, Ben Jordan, John Neff, and us.
Is it on that?
So it goes like this.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Dog's curled up, he's in no mood to leave. Came in here early with no time to retreat. He's near the kitchen door. Came in here later, taking a break from the drive, waiting for dinner that has yet to arrive. We're not in a hurry anymore. Time that we can spare to escape the traffic's glare. We're just tired of being tried. Women are fighting, they're in no mood to stop. Here in my Louisiana truck stop. Women are fighting, they're in no mood to stop. Here in my Louisiana truck stop. Joe's shoulder, cackling loud, a leering biker makes his friends feel proud. Joe thinks it's pretty funny too. Thought there'd be trouble, I guess we were wrong. It just doesn't matter if you don't belong. Come here all the time, as if being there was a crime. We're just tired of being tried. Women are fighting, they're in no mood to stop. Here in my Louisiana truck stop. Women are fighting, they're in no mood to stop. Here in my Louisiana truck stop. I were to venture a guess, when I originally thought of the truck stop, I bet it had a tin roof. Tying it all together.
Well, thank you all. Where's the book? Okay.
Once again, for joining us here in the internet world. Hope you had a good time. A favor, if you like what we're doing and what you're hearing, copy and paste a link and send it to one person. What they're finding is people can post on social media all the time, but there's such an avalanche of information that a personal invitation really carries weight. So if you like it, please share it with somebody.
That's a great idea. The other thing is that maybe next month we'll do a magic box. But in order to do a magic box properly, we need your suggestions. And so send them please to Tonks. Tonks
At gmail.com.
And I'll post this, I'll put this in there. Is your guitar up there in there? Is it the rain? Yeah. Okay. All right.
We'll see how much of this Goodnight song you can hear. But we're going to play it anyway.
And our next show is going to be, this is stormy weather here. Our next show is the second Wednesday in July, and this rain is freaking me out. Your case too.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Here, let me hold that.
Okay.
All right, you're seeing this in real time, people. And then the power went off, but the battery's still here. Let's do it in the dark.
Let's do it in the dark.
Sometimes I live in the country. Sometimes I live in town. And sometimes I have a great notion to jump in the river and drown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Stop your rambling. Stop your gambling. Stop staying out late. Run home to your wife and family. Going home to your fireside life. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Good night, everybody. You can't sculpt that kind of stuff.
Completely dark.